Hey guys, welcome back to Stone Hill. We are loving our garden sprinkler system. Absolutely fantastic.
Now, some people prefer to go out and water their gardens every morning, get up early before the sun, and get out there with the hose and sprinkle their garden manually. But I am one of the people that like to set it and forget it.
We showed you the installation process of the supply line on some of our other videos, but this video in particular, I'm going to show you the details of how it all works. So the first thing you need to do is get a splitter for your garden hose. You split your garden hose just like this. The one on the right is our daily garden hose that we use for everything else. The hose on the left is specifically for the garden. And we also put a timer on there, so we don't even have to think about watering the garden. It just does it. Right now we have it set to water for 1 hour every morning at around, I think we do it at 5 a.m. from 5 to 6. Our hose spigot is on the opposite side of the cabin as the garden. So we had to wrap our hose, you can see here, all the way down around. Joel put in some of those tent spikes, clips to hold it down all the way around the house, around the corner, following the hose. So if your garden is far from where your hose spigot is, go ahead and just buy yourself a giant hose. We have the extra all right there. And then Rainbird sells this connection, connects your hose to the sprinkler supply line. And you saw in our other videos, you can check those out, where we have the sprinkler boxes. It connects our supply line underground. We went ahead and buried that all the way down here. Let's go down my little rock steps here. We strapped it here to our downspout, and then back into the ground it went. Buried it all the way to the garden. You can see here we put in another sprinkler box, and you can see it coming out of the earth down there. And this just protects it here. Then these are all different Rainbird parts. This is just an elbow, another elbow, and into the supply line. We ran the Rainbird 1/2-inch supply line, it's black, all around the perimeter of the garden. Now that does not emit any water, it's just like a black hose. Then we ran 1/4-inch tan colored tubing that has the drips in it, the drip line. We ran the 1/4-inch tubing to each of the rows of vegetables. So let me show you in detail what that looks like. Okay, here is the black 1/2-inch supply line. No water comes out of this unless you stick it with one of these little barbs. It's a 1/4-inch barb, and you just pop it in. You physically just pop it in. You need no tools, jam it in, and then you just take this brown tubing, which is the 1/4-inch drip line, and just jam that onto the barb, and that's it. Then the water is connected. There's no tools, there's no special fittings, and you can follow it through here and see I have these little clips. These little clips are pegs that go down into the earth and hold the tubing in place, and the water comes out of these little drips. And I ran it all the way down the length, right down there. Okay, these are cantaloupe plants. All the little yellow flowers are coming, and every one of those flowers is going to turn into a cantaloupe. Lord willing, we'll see. All right, so this is the last part you need. It's just a plug, and that ends the water supply right there. So the water will drip all along this tan line, and of course stop at the plug. We organized our garden to be in 4 equal quadrants with drip lines coming off in 3 rows for each quadrant. You can see the drip lines. So we've got 3 1/4-inch drip lines for the back quadrant, 3 1/4-inch drip lines coming in from this one. We have some beans and potatoes back here. These are supposed to be purple beans. They're coming up. They look pretty happy. Never had purple beans. We'll see. You can see this drip line is just perfectly lined up. Again, around the perimeter with the drip lines coming off. This system couldn't be easier. That's truly all there is to it. You have your supply line, your drip lines, and your little plugs on the end. And that is it. There we go. So that's it. It's a really easy system. It's so easy to put together. We just got everything we needed at Menards. I'm sure they have it at Home Depot or Lowe's or online even. Really great, simple, easy system. Just push it all together and away you go. We've had it going for a few weeks now and there's been 0 issue. We did spring one little leak back in the corner because the 1/4-inch strip line wasn't pushed into the barb far enough, but we just shoved it back in, and that's it.